Securing your WordPress site should be a top priority, as vulnerabilities can lead to everything from minor headaches to complete site destruction if you are hacked. We'll start by going over common WordPress vulnerabilities you need to be aware of. Then we'll discuss security best practices and how regular maintenance-like updates can prevent issues. Finally, we'll look at how choosing managed WordPress hosting with a provider like Cloudways gives you an added layer of protection on top of your own efforts. Let's dive in. Common WordPress vulnerabilities. As an open-source CMS used by over 40% of all websites, WordPress is highly targeted by hackers. Some specific vulnerabilities to be aware of include injection attacks. Injection attacks like SQL injection or cross-site scripting aim to inject malicious code into databases, forms, etc. to gain access or extract data. Keeping WordPress and plugins updated prevents most injection issues. DDoS attacks. Distributed denial of service attacks bombard sites with traffic to overwhelm and crash servers. A good catching plugin like Breeze or WP Rocket helps mitigate DDoS attacks. Brute force attacks. Brute force attacks use automated tools to guess passwords via trial and error. Strong passwords over 12 characters and limiting login attempts thwarts most brute force attacks. Malware and viruses. Malware and viruses can be introduced into WordPress sites through infected plugins, themes, or files uploaded to the media library. Security plugins help detect malware. Outdated or insecure PHP. Using the latest or penultimate PHP version ensures you have all the latest security fixes. Most managed hosts run PHP 8.1 or higher. Phishing and social engineering. Phishing attacks try to trick users into giving up credentials through fake admin login pages. Educating staff on security prevents phishing. As you can see, there are a broad range of threats targeting WordPress. The first step is awareness of these vulnerabilities. Security best practices. To lock down your WordPress site, you need to follow security best practices. This includes unique admin credentials. Having an admin username and password that is different from other sites and isn't easy to guess is crucial. Avoid common names like admin or WordPress. Updated software. Run the latest versions of WordPress, plugins, and themes. Outdated software contains vulnerabilities that have since been patched. Limited login attempts. Plugins like Limit Login Attempts block brute force password guessing by locking out IPs after a specified number of failed logins. Security plugins. Plugins like WordFence and SecureEye add malware scanning, firewalls, and other protections. Use them in addition to your hosting provider's security. SSL certificate. An SSL certificate encrypts data and credentials transmitted from your site. It prevents snooping on your traffic and users seeing security warnings. Backups. Backups allow you to restore your site if it is compromised. Schedule daily automated backups to a remote location. Access monitoring. Watch for unknown users added as administrators or sudden spikes in admin logins from new countries and IPs, as these could indicate a breach. Content security policies. These provide added protection against cross-site scripting and data injection attacks for sites. Simply being aware of security best practices puts you ahead of the curve. But you need to take action to implement them. Maintaining WordPress security. The thing about security is that it requires ongoing effort. You can't just set it up once and forget about it. Regular maintenance is key. Plugin and theme updates. Plugins and themes should be updated as soon as new versions come out. Sign up for update notifications from developers. Enabling auto updates is even better. WordPress updates. Whenever a new version of WordPress is released, update your site. WordPress will often show you one-click updates for minor releases. Security scanning and monitoring. Run frequent scans with security plugins to check for malware or compromised files. Watch admin alerts for signs of a breach. Password changes. Change passwords every few months for all administrator accounts. Make them unique and complex for maximum strength. Remove unused plugins and themes. Don't keep old unused plugins and themes active. These can become vulnerabilities if not updated. Only keep what you need. Lock inactive users. Accounts from people no longer involved with your site should be locked so they can't access the admin area if credentials were compromised. Backups before updates or plugins. Always back up your site before updating WordPress, themes, or plugins in case an update causes issues. Test updates in staging sites first. If even basic security maintenance seems overwhelming, this is where a managed WordPress host can help optimize your security. Managed WordPress hosting security. Managed WordPress hosts like Cloudways, Kinsta, WWP Engine, etc. provide an extra layer of security beyond just basic shared hosting. This includes Web Application Firewall. The firewall blocks malicious requests. Some providers partner with services like Cloudflare for enhanced firewalls. Automated security monitoring. Hosts monitor your site 24/7 and can respond quickly to threats. Integration with security services. Services like Security Malware scanning integrate directly in control panels. Automatic WordPress and plugin updates. This eliminates having to manually update yourself. Forced HTTPS. HTTPS forces encryption of all connections and traffic to and from your site. Backups. Manage daily or real-time backups to quickly restore your site if compromised. Two-factor authentication, 2FA. 2FA adds an extra verification step when logging into WordPress. Server isolation. Your site runs on isolated containers or virtual machines away from other sites. Dedicated IP. Shared IPs are more vulnerable to attacks aimed at the IP range. Dedicated IPs limit this threat vector. Staging sites. Test changes, updates, and plugins in a staging site first before going live. For optimal security, you still need to take responsibility for things like passwords, plugins, and themes. But the host lifts a huge burden in terms of monitoring, malware scanning, backups, updates, and firewalls. Cloudways security features. Cloudways is my managed WordPress host of choice. Here are some of their key security capabilities. Malware scanner and bot protection. Cloudways includes the Malcare security plugin on all accounts. Malcare blocks malicious requests and bots. Bot protection can be enabled with one click. Malcare also has malware scanning to check your files, posts, and database for anything suspicious. The dashboard shows you any threats found. Visit the link in the description below to get your free trial on Cloudways. Automatic backups. Cloudways takes daily automated backups of your entire site, including files and database. Backups are stored externally and can be restored with a single click. Free SSL certificate. An SSL certificate forces HTTPS and encryption across your site. Cloudways includes a free Let's Encrypt SSL to activate this. WAF and DDoS protection. All Cloudways servers sit behind a web application firewall to filter traffic and block malicious requests. They also have DDoS mitigation. Server-level security. Your site sits in an isolated container and your traffic never touches neighboring sites. The network architecture minimizes threats. Access control. Use two-factor authentication for all WordPress and Cloudways logins. Cloudways also has IP whitelisting and other access policies. Automated WordPress updates. By default, Cloudways has auto updates enabled for WordPress itself and any plugins you allow. This ensures you always have the latest security patches. Integrated staging. Test changes on a duplicate staging site first before pushing anything live. Staging prevents security misconfigurations from impacting production. Activity log and notifications. The Cloudways dashboard shows a log of all activity like backups, deployments, logins, etc. It alerts you to anything suspicious. Cloudways takes care of the hosting, security, performance optimization, and maintenance. This frees you up to focus on your site and content. I hope this overview has shown the importance of making WordPress security a priority for your site. While hackers and threats are always evolving, following security best practices and choosing a managed host like Cloudways that constantly enhances protections can help you stay 2 steps ahead. Don't wait for disaster to strike before taking action. Spend time reviewing your security protections and procedures on a regular basis. Your site's integrity depends on it. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.